here we are heading out onto the old country road into the heart of the South Burnett. This is a region that we spent many years growing up and exploring in these areas with Dad and I. I've come back here to do a little bit of the metal detecting, coin hunting. We've got a few potential areas, permissions all keyed up, ready to have a bit of a look. We'll see how we go. We got the vehicle all loaded up here. We're going to be camping for a couple of days at a friend's place and got all our gear. So this is Saturday just after 1 p.m. So we're going to do a little bit of treasure hunting this afternoon and then have a few beers tonight, and tomorrow will be the main day that we have a look at a few different locations, and then a little bit on Monday morning on our way before we head back home to Harvey Bay. But they've had more rain in this region than usual, so everything's much more greener than it usually is, so that could be a little bit of a difficulty on a couple of the properties with potentially the grass being a bit thicker, but we'll see how we go. Okay, so this is our first stop on the adventure back in the South Burnett. This was where an old church was situated in this block, very overgrown, but at the moment they've had much more rain here than usual and they hadn't been able to have any cattle on the little block here. But this was where the old church was situated in here. I used to attend this one every Christmas, my mum and myself and my brother and sister. But I think this one was built in the 1930s originally, and then progressed and up to, it must have been the early 1990s when it was closed. Not quite sure on that, but yeah, with not much really ability to detect here, but we will walk in there and have a bit of an exploring. Might be somewhere we can come back another time with more success if they can slash this or bring some cattle in on this little block here. But beautiful pine trees, look at these beautiful pine trees, they're amazing. How old, I remember these, you can tell here. Look on there, these have been here for a long time. Okay, let's give it a go, see if we can discover anything under these conditions. So yeah, the grass was way too thick over there. We found a couple of little spots and just found a little latch off the one of the windows or doors of the old church there. But we've come over to this old place here, and the young lady that owns the property said that we could just have a look around there just for interest's sake for a moment. That'd be good. Okay, we've come over to this old cottage area here, and it looks like this was a old wash house laundry, and we have uncovered an old coin. It's not a pre-decimal coin, unfortunately, but that is a really old 50-cent coin right from there. We'll just clean that up to have a look exactly what year that one is for interest's sake. Well, there it is, an old 50-cent coin, 1976. That one was produced. Okay, right at the entrance here, the steps, we had a coin signal here. We're wondering if that's a threepence or a 1 cent coin with the little possum on it. Let's have a look, crack that open. Can you hold that there? Live revealing. Aha. That's a 1 cent coin. That's too thick to be a threepence, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Well,
Too brown.
Yep, there it is. There it is, 1 cent coin. I wonder what year that one is for interest rate. Any bet on the year? They come out in
68.
1966, February 1966 was the...
Some penny, what year is it?
Let's go. Any, are you taking a guess? Are you having a guess on that, Dad? Got to have a
68.
Fun guess.
Okay.
Did you guess any?
No, I wasn't
Give it a
going.
guess.
Oh, it'd be in the 70s, I suppose. 73.
What is that? That's oh, here we go. I think that is 1967. Is that what you said?
Oh,
Yeah. Gee.
I think that's, yeah, pretty sure that is 1967.
Better connection.
If that focuses on that. Not 100% sure, but... Okay, here's an overview of some of the mysterious little objects that we uncovered around this old house property. Not quite sure what that one is. Interesting. Did get 2 coins, 50-cent coin and a 1 cent possum coin. These items here, we're not too sure whether that's the surrounds around an old tap or maybe the insides. This is another piece that might have went with that piece. Could be the inside of a watch mechanism or something like that. But definitely time to have a cold beer now for this Saturday afternoon. So we'll take off with a new property tomorrow morning. So this is the Sunday morning. We've come up to this old church block that Dad has a friend who gave us permission. This is on his property now, and he's been kind enough even to mow the grass here. This is where the church was situated, right here, so we should have a strong possibility to uncover potentially some old pre-decimal coins this morning. This is one of about 3 different possible locations that we can have a bit of a search on today. Let's see what we can discover. So yeah, this was the Dad spotted the old gate here over here, so I went up. That was most likely the original entrance there, so I started from there and just sort of fairly briskly coming up through the driveway. Got a strong distinct signal, fairly shallow here, and I wasn't sure what it'd be, but we have a look at this. This is definitely an old pre-decimal silver coin, like a silver sixpence. Coat of arms earlier. Let's clean that up and see exactly what year this little silver coin. This would be the 92.5 sterling silver variety. So this is a good sign just in the entrance here. Traveling up there. We'll clean this up and see exactly what it is. Yeah, look at that. That's in good condition too, isn't it? Look at that, 1942. That's in a nice condition. That's a King George the 6th, 1942 silver sixpence. That's the higher silver content before 1945 and older. They were the 92.5% sterling silver. So that's awesome. And Dad's putting some markers over there. He's getting a couple distinct signals over there as well. So I'll work my way up into that direction and see if we can discover some more of these old pre-decimal coins. I'm pretty sure this church block was in the 1930s onwards. So there could be some coins around that earlier 1920s and 1930s as well. So heading towards a nice old church here. Country community built in the 1910s, 1920s. I read the history of it, but we're going to have a bit of a look around here. The grass isn't too long. Yeah, the previous area, we only found that one silver sixpence and searched for another hour or so and didn't find anything else, so we moved over to this next location. Beautiful old church, old country block here. Should be a good likelihood to find an old pre-decimal coin in this area. Give it a go. It just says the old dirt gravel road coming up to the entrance of the old church. This church of course isn't used any longer, it's obsolete. This land's up for sale here. There should be some old pre-decimal coins in here. I have got a signal over here. Where is it? Quite a strong signal. Let's have a look what that one is. That's not a coin, that's an old aluminium bottle lid, I think that one is. What's that say? Natural Springs mineral water, that one is. It's got to be an old pre-decimal coin up. This looks like a pretty awesome location here. Keep searching, see what we can discover. Beautiful jacaranda tree in front of the old church here. So you can't get much more of a likely spot than that right in front of the old steps of the entrance to the church here. There's bound to be a couple of signals here. What's that? 18, 19. I think we can see what that is already. Yeah, 19, that's 19 is lead. That's a lead head off an old style nail that used to go on the roofing iron, I believe. So we've come around from the front over here, and I'm pretty sure this has been heavily detected in the past, but I did finally get a couple of signals here, and Now that it's out of the ground, I'm sure that's a little silver threepence. Yeah, that's one of the older, the high silver content threepences. So we'll see, we'll clean this one up on camera and to reveal its condition and the era of the monarch and the date. I find this pretty exciting, intriguing, revealing the mystery. These little threepences are very small, so hopefully it's not too badly worn, but I've got a little bit of lemon juice and just scrub it lightly with the toothbrush, and that should reveal some of the detail. Just going to dissolve a little bit of the sediment. I've given that a bit of a clean up. That's a 1926 coat of arms, King George V. King George V, 1926 coat of arms, threepence. That's what that one is. So it's close to 100 years old. Just at the edge of the old church here. So that's the second silver coin of today. We'll see if we can find any more old pre-decimal coins. So it did start to rain before we had to take shelter in Dad's car, and then we thought we'd go for a drive because we knew there was another old Lutheran church block up here, which we have found it right in here, and maybe in where those pine trees are, might be where Dad's heading there, might be a good bet to potentially discover some old pre-decimal coins over there. So that's where we're heading, see how we go. So we've come over here. This looks like it'd be somewhere where there'd be some old coins maybe dropped around here. Okay, there is a signal here. Where is it? Here. We'll have a look at that one. That's quite a small target there, which is a good sign for potentially a coin. Aha! That's what that one is. It's lead. So you couldn't really discover anything around the old Thunderbox outhouse over there, but I weaved my way through these old pine trees, and I did discover this. This was probably one of the biggest trees in the whole area that's been sawn off fairly recently at the base there. So I had an idea that this could probably be the likely spot, and quite a high signal up in the 30s there, and I have uncovered it, and this has either got to be an old root penny. I was hoping it was a silver florin, but I think it's actually a silver coin. This is very interesting. We're going to clean this up and see if we can get any detail off of that. That's a really nice old pre-decimal coin, that one. So I've just given that a bit of a wipe with my finger, just a light wipe, And that's actually a Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny, 1923. So 99 years. I know the 1923 halfpenny is actually one of the most highly sought after rare halfpennies, but this is a full penny. I think the only one that's really worth anything is a 1930, but wasn't many of them produced at all. So yeah, this is I just gave that a quick white. 1923 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny. That'd be King George V. I'll give that a bit of a clean up on the back and reveal a bit of detail. Yeah, there it is. I just give it a bit of a clean up, and that's in actually quite good condition. King George V, 1923. Full penny, so yeah, that's a good find. So we found 2 silver coins and a penny now so far today. I think Dad and I might head off to another location and see if we can discover anything else before we go have something to eat. So we've just come up to this intersection here, and I've done some research here, and there was a church existed, an old Methodist church built in 1913 existed in this block. She's a bit overgrown, but there's still probably possibility to detect some of the ground in here. This is where Dad and I will start, and even over the other side of the road over there, there was also a school that was 1910, 23rd of March 1910. So the old Methodist church here, built in 1913. This block here, and the old school, 23rd of March 1910, would be up across the other side. So we'll start here in this block first. See if we can find anything of interest here first. Look at these amazing wild flowers here. It's turned out to be a pretty beautiful day actually. It was rained a bit earlier on, but it's clearing up a bit. There's an old jacaranda tree there. It's really good to be back in the South Burnett. We spent many years of our life in this region growing up. God, that's a strong signal. A little bit of depth. Sometimes that can be a bottle lid, a bottle cap, but hoping that this could possibly be not a bottle lid but a coin, an old pre-decimal coin. That would be preferred. We'll see if it is. Well, didn't really expect that. It was a coin, but that's a little 1-cent coin. I just asked Dad and just how long the school went to. I know it was 1913, I think I said, and it was closed in, I thought, 1960. But Dad said this area here was also a park area up until about 5 or 6 years ago as well, so that could possibly explain that coin. I'll just have a quick look at the date on that just for interest's sake. Yes, that is the first year they were ever produced, 1966. 1-cent coin. A little sugar glider possum. Cool, let's see if we can go a bit older than that. Okay, just a few meters away from that 1966 1-cent coin. Okay, that could be another coin. Could either be a 2-cent coin or hopefully something a little bit better than that, but let's have a look. Aha! Look at that. Look at that, I turned that plug over. Turn that plug over and there's a little kangaroo halfpenny in there. Awesome. Let's have a close look at that. So that's pretty cool. Turn that over. And that's sitting exactly the way that it would have been dropped all them many years ago. There's the impression behind it. About 1950 kangaroo penny. I'll just clean up the back of it as well, give that a bit of a clean up. That's another awesome find. So we got a 6-pence and a 3-pence and a full Commonwealth of Australia penny, and now a kangaroo halfpenny. Let's have a look at the detail on this one. Hey Dad, I just found a 1950 halfpenny. Yeah.
Where's that at?
Just here. Yeah, a kangaroo penny, 1950. That would be a King George VI, wouldn't it? It's had a nice, clear, strong signal of 16 and 17 here, and I have lifted this plug. I haven't seen exactly what it is yet, but in there I believe that is a silver wheat 3-pence, because on this little discrimination sheet that I created, the 3-pence, the 1946 to 1964, the 50% silver ones, that's the wheat 3-pences. I believe that is what that must be in here. Look at that. That's what it is. That's a little silver wheat 3-pence. Let's clean that up and check it out. Check out the detail, see what year it is, and see what condition that it's in. Hey Dad, I just got a wheat 3-pence, little silver wheat 3-pence.
How'd you do it?
Yeah, it was a signal. Some of these big clumps of weed, if they're in a spot where there's a nice flat area, I just pull them. They're pretty easy to pull out, and I just throw them into the tall grass and gives you quite a bit more room to explore.
Yeah. What year?
I'm just going to clean it up now. I like trying to clean these up on camera to see just a little bit of lemon juice, kind of let it dissolve a little bit, dissolve the layer of crust on it from sitting in the earth for so long, and then usually you give it a rub with the 1959.
59.
Yep. I'll clean that up more thoroughly later on, but that's a 1959 Queen Elizabeth II little silver wheat threepence. Awesome. So getting a few of the old pre-decimal coins. That's 3 silver coins and a full penny and a half penny as well today, plus the little 1966 1-cent coin. Can't forget about him also, the good old sugar glider possum. Yeah, as you can see, it's pretty difficult to detect, but we're having some success, so we'll keep going. Okay, so there's quite a decent signal here. Where is it? Oh wow. Well, that's pretty special. That's like a not sure what stone that is, but that's definitely a old silver earring. To clean that up a bit and just see what sort of stone that is, for interest's sake. That's a good little find from there. Let's see if it's a little diamond. That would be good. There's that little earring I just found. When I clean the back up, it does have some kind of writing there. I can't quite make out what that is with my eyes, but maybe the camera can capture that. That's a pretty cool fine little jewelry piece, little earring. Okay, up near this big boulder on the ground here, I had to get a strong signal. Kind of knew it was a coin. I was hoping it would be a sixpence or a little shilling, because it's registering quite high, but I think that's a 2-cent frill neck lizard coin. That's what it is. Okay, I'll just reveal the date on that one. Okay, yeah, that's another 1966. That's the first year of production, just like the 1-cent coin, 1966 2-cent coin. So you're getting a lot of variation, but I might start heading back towards the car over there. So this is an interesting place we stopped. This is actually where my dad and his brothers and sisters went to school. Look in this property block here. That was in the early 60s, late 50s, was it though? Yeah, late 1950s, early 1960s. the school here, so we're going to go in and have a look around. Probably no likelihood of old coins, maybe there could be, but it might be a couple of old relics or something to uncover in here. Awesome. So we went in that entrance, but Dad said this was actually the front entrance to the school. That he remembers was actually here, the front entrance. Some of the old posts there. Dad said the school was situated back here, so there's a bit of a cleared area there that we could do some detecting. Yeah, so Dad said this was probably built in the 1920s. They attended in the 50s and the early 60s, his family, but would have been built probably about the 1920 region. So just near this old tree, I just finished saying that a bit more likely to be old relics here than any old coins, but that is a coin, but I'm pretty sure it's a 2-cent coin. Looks like it's been smashed there. Got a big dent in the top there, but pretty sure that's just a 2-cent coin. Let's have a look. I thought this school closed down in the 1960s, but let's have a look. Okay, so there we have it again. I'm pretty sure that's another 1966. $2-cent coin. Even in this old school block here. Okay, it looks like it must have been the original fence line perimeter there. So I might just wrap around here, do a bit more exploring. So this is awesome. This is the school that Dad and his brothers and sisters attended. And sure enough, coming through this grass here, and I got a powerful signal. Look, I thought that's nearly too powerful to be a coin, but it looks to be one of my favourite silver coins, the ram's head. That looks to be a ram's head silver shilling here. Yes, it is too. It is too. Look at that. I think that's 1958. Yeah, 1958 ram's head shilling. This will clean up really nice. I'll just squirt a little bit of lemon juice on it and give it a bit of a wipe, and that should come up really nice condition. Let's do that, have a look at it. That's great to get a ram's head shilling here, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Fantastic.
Wonder who dropped this back in.
Oh. I don't remember this tree, but obviously it's an old tree. There must have been some shenanigans going on under it.
This will be, being more of a recent coin too, this should come up really nice condition. Yeah, it is too. Yep. Look at this, being a little bit more of a recent coin, Queen Elizabeth II, 1958. That's the condition is going to be quite good on this one. Yeah. Never know, this could have been dropped by you, Dad, or one of your brothers or sisters.
No, I was only 5 years old and I was in kangaroo school when I was 5 years old.
Right.
So it couldn't have been me.
There you go. Couldn't have been Dad. But there it is. They're a beautiful coin, these Ram's Head Australian shillings. I have found a King George the 6th variety of this one, a little bit of an older one. Actually, this is the 3rd one because Dad and I found one also at the old church block at Dundowran as well. So, wow, that's awesome. Really glad to find that, and especially the significance of being in this area that holds so much family significance as well. I think that just makes it even more special. This would hold a lot of memories for my dad and his brothers and sisters. They grew up in this area and attended this school. That's awesome. That's just made my day. But we've got a few silver coins today, and a Commonwealth of Australia penny and a halfpenny as well. But we're working up a thirst for a cold beer very shortly, so we'll probably have another 20-30 minutes here, then head back and have some cold beers, catch up. We're staying in their little caravan at my dad's friend's place, not far from where we used to live when Dad managed agricultural properties, and have a fire and a barbecue as well. What a great weekend. That was the Ram's Head shilling over there, the 1958 one, and I've come over to, this is the fence line, so right up against the fence line. I first got a bit of a mixed signal. I found a bit of lead, melted lead there, and then just back here, you wouldn't read about it, but I think that is another Ram's Head shilling right there, right up against the fence. I think that is. Let's clean that up and see if it is. Isn't that unbelievable? Yeah, there's a bit of melted lead there, and I thought I'll just sweep the detector over, and there's another signal. That's what it's got to be. Another Ram's Head. Definitely a silver coin, isn't it?
I just can't understand what they're doing way down here.
Yeah. Actually, that looks like a silver. It looks like a silver coin, but it might actually be. It looks like it on this side. It looks like a silver coin.
You might be hoping it.
But it's looking like when I'm cleaning this, the Commonwealth of Australia halfpenny. They're the really old ones.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I think this is the Commonwealth of Australia halfpenny. And let's see if we can get the date off that. But I thought it was another Ram's Head shilling because of that colour on the back. But let's have a look, see if we can get the date on that. Yeah, this is, look at that. I think that's a 1919 102-year-old Commonwealth of Australia. Yeah, that's 1919, over a century old Commonwealth of Australia. Oh, yeah, it is too. That's is that focusing? That's King George V. King George V. 103-year-old penny. Yeah, that's the oldest one so far. Wow, that's a good find. That's extraordinary. That's over a century old, 103 years old. In this block where my father and his brothers and sisters used to attend this very school here. King George V. So there is a storm coming in from over that direction, so that's going to be about us for today. But yeah, that was an enjoyable shared experience with Dad. We can do a little bit of detecting tomorrow morning before we head back home. Awesome. So just out the back of Mergen, in the main area where I went to school, the high school, and played rugby league. We're going up what's called the goat track, up the Boat Mountain. Nice area up through here, and we got an old hall up here. We're going to have one last opportunity to potentially find some old coins in our treasure hunting adventure weekend. But yeah, this is beautiful country up through here. So this is the old hall that was built in 1925 up on the top of the plateau on the hill here. So we're just going to have a bit of a look around the trees around the outside of this. Just use those smaller little hand spades. We'll be fine. See if we can find anything of interest here. Okay, I have come over here and there was a good signal. Show that. In the 20s, which is a good sign, and you can see in here that is definitely an old penny. That one there, you can see the green colour on the patina. That could be an old Commonwealth of Australia full penny. So we'll give that a clean up to see exactly what that one is. Okay, you can see that that's the oldest coin so far that we've discovered on this treasure hunting adventure. This is 1916, so 106 years old, Commonwealth of Australia, King George V penny. And this that's a really good discovery. The soils in this area really that red soil, so when you use the pinpointers it's sort of anywhere you put it it goes off, so it does make it a little bit more difficult, but you just got to use that, the pinpointing on that, take the dirt out and put it to the side, and luckily this one was spot on. So that's a good discovery. So I have gone all the way around here and did a full lap, and that was the only decent one I found so far. So somebody may have already searched this area quite thoroughly. But we'll give it a little bit longer and see if we can find anything else. Okay, that's where the 1916 Commonwealth penny was. I've come over just a couple metres over to the right. Yeah, the oldest coin we got yesterday was 1919, so yeah, we definitely got the oldest one this morning, and this may even be another one in here. Could even be one right about there. So the stand for my camera has broken, so I'll just have to put this on pause and come back when I get this out of the earth and see what it is. So yep, that's some good news. It certainly was. That is another old Commonwealth of Australia penny. It was a bit deeper than the other one. I'll make sure I fill this hole back up nice and neatly, just using these small hand spades. But yeah, let's clean this one up and see what year this old penny is. Yeah, so this is another old Commonwealth of Australia one penny, 1924, this particular one. So that one was 1916, this one's 1924. Two old pennies within the space of a couple of meters. So I'll just have a little bit more of a look, might go over towards there, see if there's anything over there. Okay, that other third signal ended up being an old bottle lid over there, but there's two pennies. And Dad actually has discovered this signal here, and I came over just to verify it, and I believe that is. That could possibly be a nice old coin, or else the old bottle lid. Let's go with the coin. Here, you take this, Dad. Sure. Take that. Pretty hard ground here, isn't it? Mm. These ones are sort of cuts that if you push it in, then rock it back and forth. Just fold that over. Aha! That's not a coin. Damn! Oh, I thought that would have been a bit of teamwork, an old penny, or a florin.
It would probably cost a penny.
So yeah, the last two signals very similar to the pennies, but have been bottle lids. But there's another signal here. Dad and I are doing a little bit of teamwork here. It's not about who finds the most or anything, about finding them together, discovering shared experience. So Dad's going to be kind enough to hold this since my camera stand has snapped in half. The old camera tripod, yeah. So that's no more. This potentially could be another bottle lid. Mm-hmm. We won't get a hope belt too high. This soil is so mineralized. When I put that pinpointer in, it just sort of goes off like everything. So what I've been doing is just sort of digging this out and putting it over here. Place it over there, then grab this and see whether aha. Yep, unfortunately, 2 pennies, 3 bottle lids. Makes it even more special when you find an actual coin. You get plenty of these, but oh well, filming the disappointment. Best treasure hunting shirt, favourite. Okay, here's one of the last digs we're going to do. There is a signal here before we head back home. Come on, Silver coin, come on. Where is it?
Well, it's encouraging the bottle top hasn't surfaced, isn't it?
Yeah. Hopefully it's a little silver coin. Could be. Oh, what have we got here? Is that going to be a 1 cent coin or a silver threepence, do you think? We're hoping this is a silver threepence, but it might finish on a Aussie brown 1 cent sugar glider possum. Maybe not. Is that too thick to be a threepence? Or we'll have.
I think it's 1 cent.
Well, whatever this is, this will be our last target, I think, for the day. We'll clean this up and see what it is. There's no problem, regardless what it is, but let's have a look. Yes, so there we have it, finished on my all-time favourite coin, my 1 cent possum coin. At least it's a coin we found here. We've only been here for about an hour or so, but I think we've done a good job with our weekend detector. It's been good to travel and explore old South Burnett regions with Dad. Brings back a lot of good memories. And yeah, we just called in here after coming up the Boat Mountain, and we can go back through the back road, back through to Harvey Bay. But yeah, we'll do an overview of the coins later on this afternoon, and I'll upload that video in the next couple of days. So I have returned back home now to Harvey Bay after an awesome weekend shared with my dad back in the South Burnett. There's some of the interesting items that we discovered on the adventure. We ended up with 4 really nice silver coins. I always love finding them pre-decimal silver coins. That first one, the 1942 sixpence, that's the King George VI sixpence. That's in really good condition too. That was the first one we picked up. Then at that old church, that's come up a lot better than it was. That's 1926, really old coat of arms threepence, and that's the King George V. We picked up also a little wheat threepence at another location, 1959 wheat threepence. They're the Queen Elizabeth II ones, after Queen Elizabeth II came in 1953, I believe, and same year as my father's date of birth. And this is an awesome coin. This is one of my favourite coins, the Ram's Head shilling. This was found at the Keysland property. That's where the old school used to be. That's where my father and some of his brothers and sisters went to school. That came up really nicely. I just used a little bit of lemon juice and some bicarb soda, just gave it a little rub with that, and that's how they come up. So that's really awesome to find those 4 silver coins. We also found a nice Commonwealth of Australia penny, 1923. They're the King George V. That was really good condition for a copper coin. The soil that came out of that has really preserved it. A lot of the soil in the South Burnett is really the red soil, the ionized soil. This was more the black soil, that one there. This 1950 Roo halfpenny, that's in actually good condition as well. That's the King George VI. I just put that in a little bit of olive oil, soaked in a bit of olive oil, and just rubbed it with my fingers and wiped it clean. That's probably the best way. And then you just put a little bit of a coating of the olive oil on there just to protect them before you put them in you can put them in one of the coin albums with the little filament of oil on there. That's another halfpenny. That's 1919. That was found at the same property where I got that ram's head shilling. Just straight after that I found that 1919. So that was our first coin over a century old on the weekend trip that we did. 103 years old. They're the King George V. Then the other pre-decimal coin at the property this morning, the old hall up on the hill, the 1916. So that became the oldest one, the 1916 King George V, Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny. Then only a couple of metres away from that we got that 1926 Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny. And got these other more recent coins. This was at the first place. We got that 50-cent coin. I think that's just 1976. Yeah, 1976 coin. We found a 1966 1-cent coin. There, that's a 2-cent 1966. Then at the other property where we found the wheat threepence and the 1950 halfpenny, also got a couple of the coins here. 1 cent. The 2-cent one with the, I don't know if that was shot by a bullet at the top there. Not quite sure about that, but that was at that same property where I got the ram's head shilling and the 1919 Commonwealth of Australia penny. And I found this this earring too. I'm not sure. It'd be good if that was a diamond, but that is, pretty certain that's a sterling silver earring. It's found at one of the old properties there. It does have some writing on the back. I think I zoomed in onto. Not quite sure what that says. Might be able to see on the video. But that was a nice, interesting piece to discover. And Dad discovered this silver pendant that looked like it goes on someone's hat or their shirt. That was found at that old church property that was also became a park later on as well. And he found this bullet. That's a 22 caliber bullet. Usually you find the empty cartridges, but that's a full unspent cartridge there. It's an interesting item there. We couldn't quite work out exactly what that was. Some of the other interesting items here, we did show a little bit of that on the first day. A lot of the properties were very overgrown. It was hard to really access them, but we did our best, and some of them you can only really access 20% or less. Or we did a bit of raking on one and got my friend who I went to school with come past in his slash on his tractor and did some slashing, and I used a rake for a while to open up a bit more territory. But really it was just a good fun adventure with my dad exploring back in the old South Burnett region. Got to stay with one of his good friends, and we had some fires and some cold beers and some good laughs, and yeah, all in all, that's something Dad and I had been planning to do for nearly a couple of months, and we went ahead and did it. So good road trip shared together. So very happy about that adventure, and so I'll just signing off for now. Looking forward to the next adventure. Probably in a couple of weeks I'll find a local block to have a bit more of a look at, and there's a couple of other options coming up in the future as well. So until next time, bye for now.